Hey everybody. Uh oh, there's Rocky Raccoon getting his Wonder Bread and his $1.20 hot dogs for the evening. This raccoon has been, yeah, there he is. He goes and he burrows up in the tree. I know it seems a little odd, like why would you be feeding these dumpster critters? And uh they're gonna multiply and all these things, but this guy is on a solo mission. He shows up at the same time every night. He gets his grub and goes away. I mean, you see he's a little rickety on his feet, um, but yeah, he's the only one. He doesn't bring his buddies. He's pretty smart about that. He's kind of cornered the market on a good spot where he can go and get a little snacky. So I don't know. I guess it was worth sending a little clip of Rocky Raccoon, little Rocco. So in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about my Tampa trip and do a recap on that, being over there the last couple weeks. And I'm going to read from my journal here uh, the Tampa trip in the YouTube channel. About 2 weeks of pure presence through spontaneity, full trust, full submission, zero worry, zero concern about what happens moment to moment equals full liberation. The most consistently present I've felt possibly ever for that amount of time. It wasn't the most intense feeling of presence I've ever felt, but collectively for almost 2 weeks, making room for the moment to moment allowed for everything to become possible, from thoughts and feelings and emotions and all of these things. And it was totally satisfying. I was just on high, completely electric, just appreciating what I have and just thankful, I guess, to being alive and having the opportunity to explore and do all these things. Um, this was all made possible with a combination of being balanced between the heart and the mind, the left and the right brain, along with complete simple living, only the basic necessities, my cast iron pan for food, my 5 gallon jug of water, and just kind of operating with those staples, um, and doing it that way. It was weird because the balance between the left and the right brain, it was like, I'm on the road. I have to have situational awareness, which, that's all left brain stuff. And, you can't be driving down the road all living in the clouds and roll off into the bay. And so, but the balance of those two things was really interesting this time. Uh, Starting the YouTube channel, that's when I did that, was on this Tampa trip. It's been beyond exciting. It's been extraordinary and grounding at the same time. It's helped me exercise multiple personas at the same time, which I've never experienced that. I felt my source because of it, fully energized, all the senses. In the videos, I get to be a playful bro, an empath, a teacher, a student, a kid, a wanderer. I see the vlogging as a great way to journal. I'd like to find a way to turn my channel into a nonprofit, find a place to donate funds accrued to veterans organizations or an animal foundation, possibly. Also thought about maybe a college fund for my niece. I don't really know. But so those are the ideas that have been rolling around a little bit. And so it was just really nice. I met up with some old friends. I met up with some new friends and great interactions. Got a couple rounds of golf in, which was nice. The weather was awesome, and really highlighting the moment to moment living. And for that amount of time to be able to, for me to sustain that, that really opens up new doors. Now it's like, oh, okay, now I see more of what's possible. And now I see more of um, what works for me. And what works for me to experience myself consistently is there on this trip. There's no news watching. Um, not as much alcohol, not as much medicinal, not as many cigars. I smoked one cigar. It was on another video I was ranting about with Cat Daddy. Um, Eating clean food, um, which I need to put a video out strictly about how I kind of approach the carnivore thing, the pseudo carnivore kind of diet that I do. But all of those things are contributing factors to being present for that amount of time, that consistent. And it started to get to this point where I'd get like, it was like 2 or 3 days in, and I was still like maintaining ultimate presence. And I was like, I don't know what I did to deserve this. This was like, again, electric, a feeling of just electricity that, that you don't experience on drugs. You don't experience by, getting modeled, getting muddled up in the finite and feeling a sense of gratitude and satisfaction and all the things by sitting and breathing. And it's like I've known this, but it really hit home with the amount of time that I was able to do it consistently, and that's what makes room for the humility. It's like, okay, I did something for myself. I was accountable, and I got to receive this reward. And it's so personal and it's so just unique to the individual that it really like made me feel like, yeah, this is what I need to be doing more of this. Be the example of what I want to see in the world, right? We talked about that quote, which I butchered it. I'm sure I did again. But it's still that, like, you want to help raise, consciousness in your neighborhood and spread it out as far as it's willing to go. Well, be what you want to see in somebody else. Then, like I was saying in another video about how so many people know that these governments are manipulating and gaslighting us and, trying to control us and all this stuff. It's like, and then we fall back on that. Well, what can I do? I feel helpless. Well, if you put out what you want to see in the world and we get enough people ramping it up and you spool up this next person and that person, one light lights 1,000, the whole deal, then maybe there's a chance of, oh, hey, we don't have to put up with this anymore. This is ridiculous. So that's sort of where my head's at these days. Quietly, privately, kind of work on myself and do what I feel I need to do, and then project it, put it out there, and like these videos. Yeah, put the videos out. The purpose is so I can journal. This is a fun interactive way for me to journal. It's not just writing now. I can put it on video and I can see and I can interview people, which those are coming. We just got to get the people that agree to do it, and they're lined up. I just haven't seen them yet to get together, but that is coming. And it's like, dude, just do your journaling, uh, and then leave it alone. I'm not worried about reactions. I'm not worried about subscribers or thumbs up, or not worried about any of that. This is for my journaling, and Anybody who gains any benefit from my ramblings, I love that. Anybody who wants to hate, I'm pretty okay with that too. I mean, across the board, whatever happens. If somebody wants to open up a dialogue or make a comment and we get, start cranking up an idea, I'm in. I'm all in on that business. And um, constructive criticism, all the stuff, I'm all about it. Whatever helps me get better. I mean, don't come at me gaslighting. Just if you feel shitty in your life, don't come at me to make me feel bad. That's not productive. But yeah, hey, maybe be a little less scattered. Don't easy on the ADHD situation. Okay, well, I know, and that's why I try to. Some stuff I read, and then other stuff I'm just talking cash the whole way. So anyway, that's the recap of my Tampa trip. Um, Love that Tampa crew. So good. And and I've been meaning to go for a while. I'm going to go back. And yeah, so coming up here in the near future, um, going to run to Gainesville. I got a little singing bowl action going on over there. Probably there'll be I'll get my friend on here. We'll do a little something to test out the singing bowl capability with the audio and stuff and see how that translates. Then I'm going to head up probably to Georgia, see an old military buddy. He'll want to sit in front of the camera. And then up to Myrtle Beach at the end of the month to tinker around there with the Massey crew. That'll be the blind taste test for the bourbon um, because we have such an educated palate with Josh Massey. I can't even so excited about the idea. And yeah, we'll go from there. So have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll pick up